Hello everyone and welcome to my class to continue with the fifth chapter of class 10th history, that is the age of industrialization. In this video I'll be discussing about the age of Indian textile. Till so far in my previous videos I have discussed about the proto-industrialization phase in England, how the cotton and iron and steel industry were the first industries in England, what were the factors which led to the growth of these industries. Then we have discussed the pace of the industrial development in England, and after discussing that, now we'll be doing how the industrialization started in India, right? And then we'll do the comparison of the two. Right now in this section I will be discussing about the age of Indian textile. See, when England was already undergoing through industrial change, and in many parts of Europe the industrial setup were already started. Those nations which were under these colonial powers, the European nations like India, there the industrial growth started much later, right? But it doesn't mean that the colonial the colonies were not involved in international trade, right? India before industrialization were already an important participant in the international trade. Indian cotton and silk were dominating the international market. There was a very huge demand of Indian silk and cotton in Western nations, right? And different trading routes were used for carrying this trade, right? Especially the northwestern region of India connected India with the other nations, Central Asian nation and European nation, through land routes. Right? And sea routes were also connected, also used for doing trade, carrying on trade, right? And there were some important port areas which are used for which are very prominent areas which were used for carrying on these trades, like the Surat on the western coast, then we have Masulipatam on the Coromandel coast, then we have Hooghly in Bengal. All these port areas were used for carrying trade. The traders, they visit our nation through these ports if they are coming from sea routes, and those traders which are using the land routes, they usually came from the northwestern frontier, the northwestern region of India, because this was the easiest way of entering into India. Rest, this part is covered with high mountains, so only this passage was free for using it as a entry point to India through land, right? From here the merchants used to travel to these nations, and then they entered Europe, right? So these are the routes which were used by the Indian merchants as well as the foreign merchants who visited India for especially doing trade in Indian goods. Right now, there were various people who were involved in these kind of trades, the international trade, like the supply merchants. Now, supply merchants were the local people whose main function was to link the port town to inland regions. They are the ones, they used to give orders. They firstly went to different villages, different places, and give orders to the local craft persons, right, by giving them a small amount in advance. And they were the ones who used to after finishing of product, they used to carry these products to different port areas, right? So big shippers and merchants had brokers. They used to appoint such people who can work as a broker to negotiate the price with these supply merchants, right? And brought goods from the supply merchant. This was the duty of the brokers. They were the ones who they need to find out who are the supply merchants, and they usually do the negotiations regarding the prices of the product, and best price were fixed for the product, so that they also get benefit out of it, and the merchants, the big merchants and shippers also get the benefit, right? So this is how many people were involved in carrying this trade, right? Now by 1750s, European trading companies started operating from India, means they started approaching here for doing trade. They were Dutch, they were French, they were Portuguese and Britishers who were very much interested in doing trade in India, right? So with their entry, the entry of the European traders on Indian soil, this led to a decline in the since the Indian merchants, they were facing stiff competition with these European merchants. There was a decline in the in their growth. The Indian merchants, the Indian traders, right? Now these trading companies, firstly they gained concession from the local rulers. Whenever they visited India, they approached to the local rulers, and they used to give them presents, gifts, and they then in lieu of that they seek the permission of doing trade in their territories, right? Certain concessions, like doing free trade in India. Then they had a monopoly over the trade. Then they asked for doing they ask the right or the monopoly of trade, means only they need to be allowed in their territories for doing trade. No other European company can be allowed such kind of concession. They seek from the local rulers, right? And then they cut the competition of the local supply merchants. They try to remove the local people who were involved in who were working as an intermediary between the craftsperson and between them. So this is how the local supply merchants, they lost their position, and the European companies, they for carrying on their trade, they started developing new port areas, so that the competition with the local merchants, they can cut that competition, and they carry on their trade from the new port areas. So this led to decline in the old port areas like Surat and Hooghly, and new adjacent ports were developed like Calcutta and Bombay, right? So these new ports gained importance because now the European companies, they were carrying on their trade from new port areas, and the old ports like Hooghly and Surat, they lost their importance, right? So this is how the European companies, they started expanding their trades in Indian soil, and they started giving stiff competition to the Indian merchants and traders. So this is how the Indian European companies doing trade in India. We'll talk about more what was the impact of the European trade on India in the next video. So please like, share and review and subscribe my channel. Thank you.